Hey you guys, it's Fabio coming back with another live video. In this particular video, what I want to talk about is okay, so your cleaning business is slow right now, right? So okay, let's say you're not picking up contracts, and we all get this, right? And this is something that I do often, because I do, like many other companies, have those times of the year where it's just a drought. I'm not getting much traction coming in, no matter how much marketing I'm doing. It's just I'm not getting a lot of walkthroughs, and especially certain areas, with considering the fact that I work in Toledo or in Ohio, Michigan, and Georgia, right? So sometimes you get certain areas, you still want to have that revenue coming in from all over the place, but then sometimes you get that time where you're not making a lot of where you don't have a lot of traction going on, when you're not picking up a lot of clientele. So what do? This is one thing that I like to do, and it's just upsell another service, right? Or advertise another service. So if you're offering, let's say, window cleaning at your contract, and I know you're going to say, well, Fabio, you say, well, we shouldn't offer this service if we're not making a lot with this service. But you can't tell your utility company, you can't tell your leasing agent, hey, I don't have the money, I can't pay you right now, right? Because we know what they're going to tell you, right, when you tell them that. So you still need to have that revenue coming in. So if your business is going, you already got traction with the commercial or with the residential sector of your business, and you need to pick up more revenue, then either A, you can learn a new skill, right? You can learn on how to be a painter and offer painting services. You can get into lawn care, right? Doing snow, cutting grass, edging, trimming trees, just lawn care around the clock. You can get into power washing. You can look for other niches to get in that coincide with what you already do, to start making a little bit more money, okay? Because obviously the object of the game, and the way you're really going to amass a lot of money with this business, is if you add more services anyway. Now, if you're just having a commercial cleaning and all you do is commercial cleaning, then you kind of stagnate your income, right? Which means you still have that residual coming in, right? Because you're still going to make that, and then you can still grow, you still pick up new clients. But I'm telling you, babe, it's bread and butter when you go ahead and add more services to what you're already offering. Trust me, baby, I know this for a fact, right? Because we do window cleaning, carpet cleaning, I have pest control that we outsource, we have painters that we outsource. Like I say, you can start amassing yourself a lot of money if you just add more services, all right, that work in contrast with what you're already doing. If you commercial, you eventually want to go to residential, right? That's a way you can pick up. If you're residential, you eventually want to go to commercial, right? You want to get into window cleaning. You want to get into restoration cleaning. You want to get into carpet cleaning. You want to get into VCT floor care. You want to get into all different sectors, right? Because that's what's going to allow your company to grow at an alarming rate, right? You won't be able to believe your eyes when you see the growth potential of adding more services on currently, more service currently to what you're already doing. That should be the object of the game for you for the long term, okay? Now, let's talk about employees. I don't think that I believe I spoke about this, but not too much, guys. Another way that you guys can kind of meet a lot of people at one time, and I've done this myself. I don't do it so much now. Because it can become a headache and can become overwhelming doing it. But it's a fun thing to do. It allows you to kind of meet and greet people, all over your little section, all over your little city, your little town, or whatever the case is. And that's put together, guys, a job fair. A lot of people don't do this. A lot of people don't even think to do this. But you can set up a job fair. You can rent it, a hall. You can rent maybe a hotel room to do it at, right? You can rent. Hell, I would even ask Walmart, like, hey, can we set up something like a little kiosk, a little section in the front of the store, offer a hiring event for, new employees we're looking to hire in the area. Hell, I would even do that, at the very least. If you know a little building you can kind of rent out and do it, I would do it there. A little maybe office space, a little area, we got a little space, I would do it there, right? You can also go to libraries. See if you can set it up with libraries where you offer just a job fair where people come and, You rent out the little room, and a lot of times you don't even have to pay at the library. Library is nonprofit organization. A lot of times you just set the space up. You might have to, register it and get it set up. Set that space up in the library, put out some flyers, get some postcards with your hiring event on it with the information. We got it going on for the weekend of such and such and such and such. Make sure you come both Saturday and Sunday. Bring your resumes, dress this way, whatever the case is. You can do a short live video like on Facebook or Instagram, right? Push it live and tag all your friends in it. Hey, you looking to hire? We looking to hire. You're going to get more applicants than ever before. And the cool thing about it is it allow you to perhaps meet your potential employees right there at the job fair. If you're a husband and wife team, or you're a brother and sister team, you're a cousin team, or whatever, you can say, get your cousin, hey cuz, can you guys help me? I got a job fair that we're about to do. We got a job fair we're about to do this weekend. I need your help because I'm expecting a nice little turnout, right? They bring their resumes, you collect their resumes, you have them fill out an application, you do a short little interview, right? Now you might not have no contracts available, but at this point, all you're doing is kind of fishing for employees. As I always tell you, you want to have more applicants coming in or applications coming in than you have sites, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you have sites, big sites at that, and you don't have nobody to put in them. So now you're frustrated because you're thinking like, where am I going to get the people to work these sites for me? This is how I think, guys. That's why I say always be advertising. Run your business like you heard it before. Run your business like a presidential campaign. Always be hiring. Always accepting applications, right? Whether it's social media, whether it's offline, whether it's postcards, flyers, card magnet, whatever you do, always be accepting applications, okay? But if you put that job fair on, like in my area, we got what they call Michigan Works. I think a lot of major cities have that, where you can go and put your resume in a little section they call the employment centers, center, where you go and do your resume and look for jobs and find resources for, career, services, or get a career. Every little section got this. Out here it's called Michigan Works, where you can go and you do your resume and all of that. I've even set up, a job fair at Michigan Works before. You advertise it, right? You promote it, put it out there, and then people just tell them, hey, show up, be, well dressed or whatever the case is. Bring your resume, whatever you have. We're doing short interviews. We will be accepting applications. Whatever the case is, you kind of promote it, you put it out there in the atmosphere and see the people that come out to it, right? You collect the applications. Just because you collect the applications do not mean you have to actually hire all of these people, right? But you have way more applications than you have jobs. So when the event comes that you do have these jobs, you can just go through these applications and get to calling people, see if they're still interested in a job. Okay, so I wanted to put this out there in the atmosphere because I think a lot of people forget to do that. It's a cool way to do it. In many cases, you can do it for free, right? You promote it on social media, have your people shared, set up a little flyer. Shit, you could put a flyer together in Word, put your own little flyer together, it don't have to be anything fancy. Print it off and distribute it throughout the city. Share it on social media, whatever the case is. You can have somebody from Fiverr put you a flyer together, for $5, $10, right? A hiring flyer, okay? Whatever it takes, do it. Whatever it takes, do it, because in the long run, it's going to help your business out, guys. I'm telling you this stuff because when I tell you guys stuff on YouTube, it's either stuff that I know will work because I've seen work for others, or things that I've actually tried myself. And I do know job fairs will work, okay? Again, it's not a common way that people go about to try to get new applicants or potential employees, but it's a way that you guys can kind of source things out and look at things from a different perspective, okay? So again, offer job fairs, right? Again, you can set it up with the library. You can set it up with your employment center in your area. Like I say, I would even talk to Walmart, see if they let me set up a little table in the front, right? Whatever the case is. Now hiring, whatever, right? I don't give a damn. You find a way to do it, right? If you got to rent a little small little hotel room, set it up, get your little table, dress up in your little, look professional, put on your own little event, advertise the job fair. If you can do a radio ad, do a radio. Guys, it's just being creative. Just because it haven't been done, don't mean it can't be done. Just because you haven't seen anybody do it in your area, don't mean it can't be done in your area. You just have to be the first to do it. It's called thinking outside of the box, right? Having an unorthodox way of doing things, an unconventional way of doing it. As long as it's legal, you're good, right? You want to do it legal, but being unconventional will give you unconventional pay. When you do things the conventional way, you usually get the conventional pay, right? So you want to be different, okay? You want to be different. Run your business like a presidential campaign from all sectors. I did a video earlier, we're talking about systems. Every part of your business is a system, including the hiring process, okay? The payroll process is a system. How is your payroll being put together? Who's doing it? Are you doing it? Are you sourcing it out, right? Are you having subcontractors? Are you having employees? Your bidding process, how are you going about getting your contracts? You're figuring out what works for you, what don't necessarily work for you, right? All of this is part of putting your system together. It's sections of things that come together and work as a unit, as one cohesive unit. And that's what your company, ABC Cleaning or whatever the name of your service is, right? That's what make your company your company. And then as you build that company up, like I stated earlier at the top of this video, is that you want to start adding more services, okay? So again, I'm not talking about for the newbie that just coming in and he said add more. No, because you're not going to make no money at none of it. Trust me, I tried it before. It's hard to do. When you're trying to do commercial and residential at the same time, sometimes you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to market commercial today, or I'm going to market residential today. You're going to be all over the place. But if you get some traction in one area and then go ahead and kind of bounce it to another area, do residential, do window washing, whatever the case is, okay, you can do that because at this point, you got a solid way of making revenue over here with your commercial or with your residential, right? You already got reoccurring clients. You're going to be billing them month after month, year after year, as long as you're doing a great job, right? So you got this in the box. Now you might want to add carpet cleaning. You might want to add painting, VCT floor care, pest control, lawn care service, health, security services, right? You might want to branch out into a whole nother industry, right? A service industry. Whatever the case is, whatever your little side hustle is. I know some people, they say, well, Fabio, cleaning is not my passion, but I think I can do well in cleaning, but I really want to do such and such. Well, if your business is making a significant amount of money and it's running on itself, you have a system going, then it'll be okay for you to become a nail tech on the side, right? Because you're making money for sure over here. So even if your nail service is starting off not on the right foot or whatever the case is, you're not losing no money over here. Just don't get so caught up in doing the nails that you forget about what you got going over here. Or for my males, I know you say you always use female analogies, right? If you're a barber, you say, hey man, I love cutting hair, that's what my passion is, but I really think I can make a lot of money over here at, doing this cleaning stuff. Do the cleaning, right? Residential or commercial, whatever you're doing, power, whatever you're doing, window clean, whatever you're doing. Do the cleaning and then cut the hair on the side. Again, if your clientele slow down for cutting hair and you're not getting a lot of traction or you're not picking up enough clients over here, for sure we know we're making money over here with the business. So I'm just trying to give you guys a different way to think about things, okay? Whether you're adding services within your niche or whether you add in services or you're doing what you really want to do, real estate, stocks, whatever the case is, you want to have solidified your original business over here, your commercial cleaning, your residential cleaning. You want to have that revenue coming in, and then you can take some of the revenue from there and invest it into something else if it's outside of your niche or whatever the case is. If you want to be a beautician or a barber, a mechanic, whatever, right? Security guard, to start a security, whatever the case is, right? So again, guys, kind of keep that in mind. Like I say, add more services because again, that's going to drive your revenues up. That should be the end goal for you, I would suggest, right? Add more services and then put on job fairs, hiring fairs, okay? That way you get a chance to see a lot of different people all at one time. You can interview as many as you want, right? You can accept as many resumes and applications as possible just to file them. And again, you have more applicants coming in than you have jobs.